The problem, I mean, certainly with B, to just smell it was, it made me sick. Just smelling it, I couldn't even touch that.
In our report, Cannabis Goes on Trial, we showed you the state of affairs concerning the South African policy towards Dagga. Due to the extensive documentation and the vast amount of experts, the trial is postponed until further notice. But the necessity of the trial remains.
Together, we are taking the fight against drugs to another level.
Together, moving South Africa forward.
Like every year, police helicopters descend on the valleys to spray cannabis fields with poison. This still happens despite widespread criticism claiming that glyphosates in the poison seriously impact flora, fauna, and people.
We saw the aftermath of crop spraying by the South African Police Service out of helicopters. It's very difficult for us to prove the degradation of the environment because they're spraying glyphosates everywhere. But what we can see is the socio-economic downfall, the downside these people have. They have no crops, they have no food, so a lot of them are turning to crime because they're trying to put food on the table.
As shown, Cannabis News Network visited several locations in and around Johannesburg, South Africa's biggest city, to purchase weed. By doing so, we tried to get an idea of the quality.
Get some weed?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
How much?
30.
30?
Yeah.
Cannabis News Network has introduced the Cannatest, a test which shows what compounds are present in the plant. These are the two samples we bought. Sample A is called cheese. Sample B is known as Swazi.
There we have a seed. If you've got like a bag like this, and let's say you have about 6 or 7 seeds, it makes quite a big difference. Overall, let's say if we look at A, if this were to be clean, it would be quite interesting from a medicinal point of view because you have almost equal amounts of CBD and THC. It's almost slightly bigger in THC than it is CBD, but they're almost equal. The thing that made a problem was when we looked at this one, even from without the microscope, I saw all these white patches, and when I look at under the microscope, they look almost like mold, yeah, like the buildings, the beginning of bacteria building up. And the same thing with B. B is interesting because you have a really high concentration of THCV. I mean, the THC itself is only about 10%, so it's really, once again, quite low grade, but the THCV makes it a little bit interesting. This, you would expect it to give you a nice, clear high. The problem being is when I look at it, once again, it's very low grade, it's got lots of seeds, lots of sticks, and when we look at it under the microscope, we found a lot of areas which are potential contamination on them. It's difficult, once again, to say what it is precisely, but from my point of view, it does look like the beginning of mold. Essentially, places like Swaziland, Malawi and stuff, they have good sun, they have great agricultural bases, so you can grow good weed there. The problem is because of the illicit markets, what we have is very low grade products. To just smell it was it made me sick. Just smelling it, I couldn't even touch that.
Your source of cannabis news. Cannabis News Network.